All right. Good afternoon to those of you on the East Coast. Good morning to those of you on the West Coast. I'm your host, Brandon Choi, host and co-creator of Movies and Shakers Unlimited, and I have back with me Ken Arnold. Ken, welcome back, sir.
It's good to be here. Let me tell you something. I've been walking around checking out all the comics and all the toys and everything, and my wallet is a lot lighter since I walked through the door. So that's all I got to say.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, talk to me. I wanted to, have you come back here because you have a lot of stuff, going on in your world. So, are you able to share, some of the things, the goings on in the world of Ken Arnold?
Absolutely. I got a next weekend. We're doing a horror con up in Gettysburg, PA, Creature Feature Weekend. You can check it out. You can go to creaturefeatureweekend.com to find out their schedule. But two of my films are screening there next weekend. The Night Watchman, of course, you know about that one, and A Comedy of Horrors, which we've also talked about. They're both screening next weekend. We'll be there with the table, hanging out and just meeting people the whole weekend. We'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Gettysburg. It's a lot of fun. I've been there before. A lot of people come out. The horror fans, those are our fans. We make our movies for those guys, and they're just fantastic, and they love it. We play Night Watchman trivia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
yeah, and we give away free merchandise. If you can answer three in a row, and it's a lot of fun. People come up and they answer three questions in a row, and it's like the Price is Right. They're jumping up and down.
Right.
And it's just a lot of fun to do that. So, but other than that, I have a couple new films coming out this year. One's called Satanic Hispanics. Like I said,
Yes.
I do the horror thing.
Yes.
So I'm in that film. It has a theatrical distribution, actually. So it's going to be in 800 theaters this September. So,
Okay, there you guys have it.
So that will be out in September. It's a fun project. It's an anthology, all Latino filmmakers. And it's really well done. And the stories are great. And the special effects are cool. And, I can't wait for everybody to see that one. I also star in one called Last Night at Terrace Lanes.
Okay.
And they're just wrapping up the editing now. And that one should be out soon. They haven't said, and I can't give you too much information about it, but it's called Last Night at Terrace Lanes. It's horror comedy, kind of in the vein of a Bruce Campbell kind of a film.
Yes.
Feel to it. I'm in that, directed by Jamie Nash, who you know.
Yes. Shout out Jamie.
Yep. And he's actually going to be in Gettysburg next
I
weekend.
was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be there with us. So he'll be at our table all day Saturday. So he'll be there Saturday. Dan Franco will be out there next weekend as well. And Donald M. So we're going to be, a lot of the local filmmakers. It's close to Frederick. Gettysburg's not that far away. And a lot of the crew from our films came out of Frederick. So they're going to come up and they're going to be there next weekend.
Nice. So I don't think we ever really delved into this, Ken, is if we're talking about, just pop culture shows in general, that has, I feel like, become its own thing within the last 10, 15 years or so. And so, as you said, you have that even though, you have done tons of work, across different genres, a lot of folks know you, from that horror bent, just by virtue of some of the projects that you've been a part of. So with the fandom that comes with that, can you talk briefly about, how that has looked like when, in terms of coming to like fan conventions and having a table and talking about, a lot of your work? Because I'm sure it's quite unique with what you have with that versus maybe going to a film festival.
We go to the horror festivals, and it's so cool when we go to the bigger ones. That you're sitting at your table, and people are just coming up to you, going, "I love your film. I saw it." And these people are from Texas, they're from California, they're from North Dakota, and you're just like, "Wow." People are seeing this all over the place. You don't realize the scope of in this little bubble, and you're not.
Right.
And we love when we go to these horror cons and people come up to us and say that kind of stuff. It makes us feel good, and it makes us say, hey, what we're doing is valid. People find it entertaining, and I really enjoy that. But on the other hand, there are times when I do go to a convention. This is a funny story, and I'll make it as quick as I can. So I'm standing out in front of our table, and my headshot is right on the table. And this woman comes up, and she's looking at our table, and she's checking out everything. And I put my finger right on my picture, and I go, "Does anybody look familiar to you?" And she looks down at the picture, and she goes, "No." And I go, "Are you sure?" So I point, and it's got more pictures than just my one headshot. It's got some production stills as well. So I point to another one on there, and I go, "You sure? Check it again." She looks again. She looked, "No." And I said, "Okay, how about now?" I turn to another picture. She looks again, and she's like, "No." And then she looks at me, and then she looks at the picture, and she goes, "Oh, it's you." And this is what she says. You ready? "You look better in the pictures than you do in real life." I went like this. And I just walked away. I turned away. She bought the picture.
There you go. Hey.
She must have felt bad.
Right.
But anyway, she bought the picture. It was funny. It was hilarious. But, it's moments like that. You never forget them. They're a lot of fun. And then after she realized that it was me, she was like, she kind of felt bad. She was like, "Oh, I'll buy your picture." But it was hilarious. So.
Okay. And then also, before I let you go, outside of the shows that you have, I want to give you an opportunity to plug the other stuff that you have going, because I know this, and many other folks know this, but I wanted to venture out to other folks as well, is the podcasting. So tell folks about that, what you have going.
Well, we have what's called Appletinies with Ken, and I've been doing that out of my basement for a long time. We've been doing it since 2000.
Highly recommend. A lot of fun, guys.
2009, off and on. We do a pre-recorded one version of it, and we do a live version of it. We've kind of taken a few months off, but we're going to jump back into it coming up soon. But it's me, Dan Franco, another friend of mine, Johnny G. Vingo, Robert Neil Marshall has been on there. And what we do is we bring on actors and writers, and we interview them and just have fun, and we drink Appletinis while we do it. You don't have to drink an Appletini. You can drink whatever you want. But I was like, what's the most obscure drink that I would not drink? And I was like, well, Appletinis. And guess what? I actually like them. I learned to like them. Cool. So, yeah, easy on the teeny, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, with that being said, Ken, where can they find you? Your socials, you know how it goes.
You can go to on Instagram. You can go to Ken Arnold Actor, and you can follow me there. You can go Twitter, same thing, Ken Arnold Actor, and just follow, because I'm posting stuff every day, especially right now because we got that horror con next weekend. I'm posting stuff every day at videos. We're doing pictures. We're doing, we do free giveaways on the Night Watchman page, on the Comedy of Horrors page all the time. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy, the genre of horror so much, it's so much fun, and the fans love it so much. They're so invested in any fandom, the people are invested, you know what I mean? And just to be in those scenarios, in those cons with the people who really enjoy what you do, it's awesome.
Awesome. Well, there you guys have it again. I want to thank Ken for hopping back on with us. Not only talking about Annapolis Comic Con, but all the other cool things that he has going on. I'm your host, Brandon Choi, guys, host and co-creator of Movers and Shakers Unlimited. I will catch you guys soon. Peace.